We need to do the throwback for
Go
one of these
find,
episodes.
go find that. I should add that to the soundboard, dude. It was like a beat that like I made in like in like GarageBand with like the loops. Uh,
Jim's in the studio. Got a podcast, honey?
Welcome to My God a Podcast. I'm Jim Wood. In this episode, John Powell and I preview Georgia's matchup with Florida in the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. We talk through what we're looking for in the game, and we answer questions from you, our listeners. As always, remember to check out the newly redesigned MyGottaPodcast.com to see our latest merch. And you can follow us on social media at MyGottaPodcast. Finally, if you need help with your website or your online presence, head over to workingwebmedia.com/dogs. Now, let's join the conversation in progress. Back and well rested after the bye week. Um, this is the Chad Powers season finale review episode, right?
I haven't actually seen it yet. I need to get caught up, Jim.
Okay, okay.
No,
Yeah,
no
well,
spoilers. No
well, I won't
spoilers.
spoil it. I won't spoil it. Other than I'll say, like Lily and I like pointed at the TV. We did like the pointed at ourselves when they showed Arkansas.
There you go. There you go. Oh
uh,
man. What a good show that's been.
yeah, surprisingly good. Go check it out. At any rate,
Yeah, Glenn Powell, big movie star, but also like, silver screen superstar.
yeah, and he's all like he's everywhere. He's everywhere. Um, at any rate, in all seriousness,
There's a
the
football game
world's
this weekend.
there is a football game, the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. Uh, Always a fun one to go down there, play these guys in Jacksonville in one of the few remaining neutral site games. Sorry, Josh. And yeah, man, gonna be weird one. First game for Florida with new interim head coach Billy Gonzalez after Billy Napier could not last all the way to the Georgia game.
Yeah, he's definitely licking his wounds. He doesn't have what, 80 million? I mean, the coaching carousel situation is kind of wild, dude. Like,
It is.
I mean,
It's gotten out of control.
it's it's definitely drunk, dude.
Yeah.
Like I mean, there could easily be even more chaos in the coaching carousel coming up. I mean, at some point, like at some point, there's gonna have to be some regression to the mean, I guess, to use Josh's favorite term. Like these athletic directors at some point need to collude against each other and say we're not hiring coaches with buyouts higher than XYZ amount at some point because I just don't see that the math ain't sustainable. I
Yeah, I
think
mean, especially now when you've got a roster full of players to pay as well. Like, that didn't exist when all these crazy buyouts were being like implemented. And now that that is there, I am curious to see if the market changes at all there. Because I mean, and also like I don't know, like do expectations need to change a little bit now too? I mean, um, it's crazy. Like not every team can win a national championship every year, kind of thing.
right. Only one team out of 100 and whatever 30 teams, right, Jim?
Yeah.
Can win the national championship. So that means 136 other teams are going to be disappointed. Um, I think that it goes back to you know, the Mark Richts, you know, he was always, oh, Georgia's going to win 10 games a season. Like in 2025, 10 games a season is a CFP team.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
100%.
in basketball terms, it's making the dance every year, which is like what everybody's goal is. Like we want to make the playoff. And I mean, shoot, I mean, cover your ears, Jim, but it sounds like the playoffs is going to get bigger in the future. So,
Oh yeah, it's totally coming.
so
12 only made sense as a stepping stone to 16. I'll say
yeah,
that.
I think that what's even wilder is that with all of the chaos associated with these coaching carousels, is that you've got teams that are making decisions and coaches that are in positions that, for whatever reason, whether it be just, I don't know, I feel like Lane Kiffin has sucked the oxygen out of the room for all of these open positions somehow,
Mm.
some way. Like, and I'm
Yeah.
like, so you're telling me that you want to replace Billy Napier with a guy who's never won a conference championship in a Power Four conference and really only just started playing for anything of substance last year?
Mhm. Yeah.
Make it make sense that that's the guy that you're going to go and blow your wad on.
Yeah.
Even LSU, like that's what I keep hearing is that LSU is a better job than Florida right now from as a program. Like that's what it is. But like I don't know. I just think that I think that these decisions that are being made in the college athletic superpowers and boardrooms and double secret probation rooms just it's just not sustainable. Like what we've built is just not sustainable.
No, I agree. You got three SEC head coaching jobs open at the moment in Florida, LSU, and Arkansas. You got Penn State open. You got Oklahoma State open. Um, yeah, it's going to be really interesting when the dominoes start to fall because there'll be even more shifting because somebody's going to take one of these jobs and then that's opening and etc. So it's going to be a wild off season for sure. Tracking that, or I
Yeah, I
guess
mean,
bowl season. Heading into playoff season is when some of that stuff will probably start happening.
we've got over a month left in the regular season, dude.
Yeah, yeah, I know. All right. You want to head over into
The hat says it all.
that says it all. Yeah, FTMF. Let's get after it. Let's get going. All right. So the matchup. We had the matchup Saturday, November 1st. We'll be coming off Halloween and eating all our Halloween candy. Um, Game kicks off at 3:30 in what is now called Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville, Florida. The Dogs come in 6-1, 4-1 in the SEC. Florida comes in 3-4, 2-2 in the SEC. The Dogs are ranked number 5 in both polls, and the Gators are not ranked. The game is on ABC. The announcing crew will be Joe Tessitore, Jesse Palmer, and Katie George. We do get the multiple Sirius XM stations again, 160 or 191. Not sure what's up with that. And the official hashtag that we will forget to use is hashtag UGA versus UF. All-time series history, we say that it is Georgia 57, 44, and 2. And what they say doesn't matter. Confirmation, this is a rivalry because A, it has a name, and B, we disagree on the series history. Last meeting, Georgia won this game 34-20 on November 2nd last year. And if you are going, it looks like the weather is going to be amazing. Enjoy the warm weather, like 70s, because as we were discussing in the podcast before the podcast, it's gotten cold, like really fast. It got cold, and like, what is going on?
I don't know. I don't know where the coldness is it's chilly season suddenly.
Yeah, yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't like it. But yeah, so the y'all that are gonna be down there, enjoy it.
Man, I need to look at the 10-day forecast and see what that looks like.
And I'm
It's
sure
like
many of
it's
you are already down there, enjoying it already, which is awesome.
judging by some of the listener questions, it sounds like that some folks are.
Yes, yes, for sure, for sure. Um, okay, let's hit a couple of reminders. I don't want John Michael D getting upset that I didn't do any of these rundown things. Just reminder you can follow us on social media at My God a Podcast on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. And as always, you can head over to homefield.mygodapodcast.com. Use the code HunkerDown to get 15% off your first order from Homefield Apparel. All right. Let's see. You want to head over into Hasty's Harvard history?
Let's jump into it, Jim.
All right. Let's do it. All right. As always, Jason Hasty has submitted some information for us, as he always does, from the Argrit Library Archives. And reminder, if you watch on YouTube, you can see the visual aids that he has provided as well. All right, Hasty Argrit History, World's Largest Outdoor Cocktail Party Edition. From 1980 through 1983, the Bulldogs won 43 games, 3 SEC championships, and the national title. The 1984 season was a rebuilding year, and the Dogs won only 7 games. One of those losses was a 27-0 humiliation in Jacksonville. This was the first loss to Florida since 1977. The 1985 season started out with a loss to Alabama, quarterbacked by Mike Shula, but Dooley's Dogs had rebounded behind a punishing running game led by a deep stable of running backs. Going into the 1985 edition of the World's Largest Outdoor Cocktail Party, Georgia had a 6-1-1 record and had demolished Tulane, coached by future UNC and Texas coach Mack Brown, 58-3 on homecoming. The destruction of Tulane was so thorough that Brown refused to show the film to his team, as he said there was nothing positive to be learned from it. Florida's football program bottomed out with an 0-10-1 record in 1979, but they'd steadily rebuilt under Coach Charlie Pell throughout the early 1980s. This rebuilding effort culminated in a 9-1-1 record in 1984. The Gators technically won the SEC championship that season, but the title was vacated after Florida was sanctioned by the NCAA for extensive violations of recruiting rules. Man, remember when that was a thing, John? Among Florida's sanctions was a bowl ban and a ban on television appearances for the 1985 season. Again, unfathomable almost. Pell was fired 3 games into the 1984 season and was replaced by Galen Hall. Hall stabilized the program amidst the sanctions, and going into the 1985 edition of the cocktail party, he had the Gators cruising through their schedule with a 7-0-1 record. The week before the WLOCP, the Gators shut down Bo Jackson and Auburn and had been rewarded with the Gators' first ever #1 ranking. Georgia fans were confident heading into Jacksonville because, despite the humiliation of 1984, they firmly believed that Vince Dooley owned the Gators. Because the game wouldn't be televised, tickets were in high demand among Georgia students and fans. The game started with a Georgia turnover that gave the Gators hope for an easy win, but those hopes were soon dashed, and the game became a nightmare for Florida. Georgia's defense punished Florida quarterback Kerwin Bell throughout the afternoon, sacking him 5 times and harassing him whenever he dropped back to pass. Defensive end Greg Muddy Waters got 3 of those 5 sacks himself. Bell put up 408 yards passing on the Dogs' defense, but could never find the end zone. Running back Neil Anderson, who would go on to be drafted by the Chicago Bears to replace Walter Payton, could do little against the swarming Georgia defense. The Bulldogs' offense was just as punishing as its defense. Freshman fullback Keith Henderson set the tone early with a 76-yard touchdown run on the Dogs' second possession. James Jackson and Wayne Johnson alternated at quarterback and added to the Georgia rushing attack with option plays and QB runs. Georgia was up 7-3 at halftime, but the Gators and their fans knew that the day was lost. In the second half, the Dogs continued to pound the ball with their running backs. The game was sealed by freshman tailback Tim Worley's 90-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter to bring the score to a final of 24-3. Henderson ended the day with 145 rushing yards. Worley had 104. For the day, Georgia piled up 344 yards on the ground and only 31 through the air. Oh, man. Run the damn ball, JP. Florida was #1 for only a week. They'd win their final 2 games of the season against Kentucky and Florida State. On the FSU staff was a second-year grad assistant named Mark Richt. But they were ineligible for a bowl game because of the NCAA sanctions. They wouldn't win their first non-vacated SEC championship until 1991. Georgia couldn't sustain the success of the first part of the season. The Dogs lost to Auburn and Tech, then tied Arizona 13-13 in the Sun Bowl. Keith Henderson would have a fine career as a fullback, finishing his time at Georgia with 2,243 total yards and 10 touchdowns. He would be drafted by the San Francisco 49ers and win a Super Bowl ring in 1989. Worley would have a troubled career, but would be named a first-team All-American in 1988 after rushing for 1,216 yards and 17 touchdowns. He would be drafted in the first round of the 1989 NFL Draft by the Pittsburgh Steelers and played in the NFL until 1994. Shout out Lamar. Galen Hall was fired midway through the 1989 season. Vince Dooley retired after the 1988 season with a 17-7-1 record against Florida in his 25-year career. Amazing. I do want to add something extra from an extra note from Jason for those that were on YouTube and taking a look at all the visual aids. He said that aside from the photos of the game day program cover and the offensive and defensive lineups, all the visual aids came from Vince Dooley's 1985 playbook. Coach had all of his playbooks along with administrative materials, practice reports, memos to and from his coaches from the time he was coaching at Auburn until the year he retired. He had them all bound together. He said, "We have all of them, and they're all open for anyone to request to view." I thought some excerpts from the section on Florida would make a nice look into the team's activities that week. So
Mm.
pretty cool. Pretty cool that that Vince Dooley like did that, like to do something like that. Like not everyone thinks about that. And pretty amazing that it's all preserved at the Harvard Library. So pretty cool.
Very meticulous man, that Vince Dooley.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. We must make third down plays is like huge, big, and bold from that just flash.
I
It's
feel
pretty
like we
cool.
need to post that on, I feel like we need to post that on the socials to invigorate the team for their third downs.
I like that. We will do that. We'll do that for sure. All right. We'll always have to close out just reminding everyone that, if you're in Athens, you can always stop by and see Jason at the Hargett Library. The fall exhibit this year is around UJ swimming and diving, was helped curated obviously by Jason, but then also by legendary UGA swimming and diving coach Jack Bowerly. So if you're there in Athens, go head over and check it out. And Jason gives a free tour on Friday afternoons.
I like how he
Oh,
scratched out Georgia and Florida.
dude, so good. So good. All right. We can move on to news and notes. So I was checking just like on the injury report isn't out yet. I was getting ahead of myself. I was trying to look it up, but we're recording on Tuesday and it doesn't come out until Wednesday night. So the official injury report is not out yet. The only thing I gathered, like reading through Kirby's press conference, was around Kyron Jones. So someone did
Hmm.
ask about him, and he said, Kyron, again, we're trying to get him back as soon as we can. We're hoping he's able to make it back. So does not give the warm and fuzzies. Hopeful kiss of death for Kyron Jones.
That does not spark joy.
Does not. Does not. But I thought we could do a little on Billy Gonzalez. Wasn't sure if everybody knows much about this guy. So he was the wide receivers coach of this team prior to being elevated to interim head coach after Napier's firing. A little bit about his background. He actually like coached under Urban Meyer, so he hooked up with like Urban Meyer and like Dan Mullen and crew back at Bowling Green when Meyer was a head coach at Bowling Green. So he was with Urban Meyer at Bowling Green, at Utah, and then at Florida. So he kind of stayed with him for a bit. Then he bounced around a bit, was at LSU for a bit, and obviously now is back at Florida. Um, Also, the one thing I did notice too is like he's pretty much always been a wide receivers coach. So like he started out as a wide receivers coach back in like 1994. He's essentially been that ever since. I think he was like co-offensive coordinator and passing game coordinator at LSU at one point, but he's never been a head coach. So just FYI for what that's worth. Um, Also showing those ties with Urban Meyer. Apparently, he called Urban Meyer for advice this week on how to play
No.
Georgia. Yeah. So many articles about that.
That's all I gotta that's all I gotta hear.
Yeah.
Hopefully Percy Harvin and Tim Tebow are not walking through that door.
Yeah. 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 I according to the players to watch, JP, they will not be, from what I can from what I gathered from the research.
Right.
Um, I think like the one thing I was gonna say, just kind of like at the macro level for them, I think you and I were talking about this like in the podcast, maybe after the podcast, after we did our Ole Miss review. Um, Dude, Florida's schedule is absolutely insane. Because I think I was starting to, I was getting frustrated with the whole like, no home game. We go from Ole Miss all the way to Texas, and I was like, 4 weeks. I was like, does anyone else like have to deal with that? And it was like, yes, Florida, like twice. So Florida is in like their second stint where they have this crazy like no home game. I mean, there's a bye week in there, but they already went from September 6th. They played South Florida at home, and then their next home game wasn't until October 4th against Texas. And then right now, just like us, they played a home game for the last game, so they hosted Mississippi State. They actually don't play another home game until November 22nd against Tennessee. which is wild. So at least our next home game is November 15th against Texas. They go an extra week. So absolutely brutal. They've played like as far as rankings at the time when they played these teams, they played number 3 LSU, number 4 Miami, number 9 Texas, number 5 A&M. Now they're playing number 5 Georgia, and then they've still got yet to play number 7 Ole Miss, number 14 Tennessee, plus their in-state rival in Florida State. So
What I
absolutely
hear you
brutal,
saying,
brutal
Jim, is
schedule.
that they'll be home for Christmas.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep adding the L's in Florida. Oh man. Okay. So yeah. So that just maybe a little bit about kind of how they got to that 3-4 record and a fired head coach. Net yards per play, Georgia's at 0.88, Florida is at 0.17. They're actually worse in the turnover margin department than we are. So we are like 1 in the red. They're 3. So they've had 3 more turnovers and takeaways. Okay, let's talk about what we're looking for, like Georgia offense against that Florida defense. Um, so just some kind of notable defenders for Florida. Miles Graham is a sophomore inside linebacker, leads the team in tackles with 40. Um, Jordan Castell is a junior defensive back. He's got 2 picks on the year, as well as 22 tackles. And then Kamran James is a junior edge rusher. He has 2.5 sacks on the season. I would say too, just like statistically, I think like um, their defense is better than their offense. I'll say that. So like if you look at like the kind of like what our offense does and what their defense does, like that's I would say a more even matchup than like their offense, our defense. Um, so I don't know, just something to watch for. I think the Georgia offense is pretty good and has been playing well of late. Um, but
Hmm.
they do have a good defense.
Yeah, it seems like that. It seems like that they've got a decent rushing defense, and I
Mm,
think that that's going to be something that is gonna pan out. I have a feeling that yards are going to be tough to come by on the ground.
yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Um, Yeah, I think the most points they've given up was 34 um in their loss to Texas A&M. I guess I don't know. What are you looking for out of the offense though? What are you looking for us to do against these guys?
As far as the offense goes, I'm definitely, like I said, I'm definitely going to look to, it's going to be a platoon running back. I mean, I think that we've got the three-headed monster, so to speak, of, we know Chauncey Bowens
Yeah.
is going to get his carries. I'm hoping that he's healed up, mended
Mm,
up from his injuries. I guess we'll see in the injury report to see like where he's at, but, you got Nate Frazier as well, and then, I mean, the unofficial, official, my God, wide receiver, my God, a podcast is also going to be a threat
mm, mm. Yeah. I like that.
on the
I like
ground
that.
too. But I think this could be a good game for Gunner as my because like I said, I think that yards are going to are going to be difficult to come by. So I don't necessarily think that we're going to have 100-yard rusher or anything like that. So could be wrong, but
Sure.
yeah, I think this sets up nicely for another Gunner game.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. It is, first game where I mean, I guess he basically wasn't there in the last game, but Colby Young, right? So what does the offense look like in the post Colby Young area or whatever? And that's where I'm thinking, we always say like next man up. And like at that position, I think that's Noah Thomas. So people have been wondering where Noah Thomas is, and I think he gets his opportunity to shine this week. So be watching for that, and then throw to the tight ends, all that kind of stuff.
Yes, yes. Step right up and throw to the tight. Step right up, young man, on the wide receiver front, and throw to the tight ends for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. You want to move on to like their offense, our defense?
Let's do it.
Okay, so over there on that side of the ball, let's just talk about like the skill players of Florida. So you got DJ Lagway, is this sophomore quarterback. He's thrown for 1,513 yards. He's like a 65% completion percentage, 9 touchdowns, but 9 interceptions. So he throws a pick for every touchdown he throws. Jaden Baugh, sophomore running back, 611 yards on 117 carries, 4 touchdowns. He seems to really be like the workhorse. The next leading rusher is Jacoby Jackson, only 98 yards on 27 carries. And then Vernell Brown the third is a freshman wide receiver, leads the team with 451 yards receiving, and then Sturdivant is a senior wide receiver, 214 yards receiving and 1 touchdown. Um, but like I was saying earlier, like I think I would love to see our defense like come to play for 4 quarters and not wait around. Like statistically, I don't know. I feel like they should be able to in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think that again, I think for our defense, I'm very much in the show me situation.
Yeah.
So, um, I don't know, man. I need to see it because I haven't been seeing what I've seen thus far is not justification enough to have confidence that they're going to be, able to impose their will, so to speak,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is going to be a problem as we get into the deeper reaches of the season. But by and large, doing that and not getting home, things like that, getting pressure. We don't necessarily need sacks. We just need to get consistent push and consistent pressure. And if you can't do that, then it could be a long night in Jacksonville.
Yeah. I mean, remember last year, like Lagway came out and looked like really good early in this game last year. Started off super hot, then started to kind of cool down, and then he got hurt. Which I think what was
Right.
the time point was if he hadn't got hurt, they would have won. That's the Florida fan thing. But yeah, I don't know. Well, and I guess I'll say, I mean, Gonzalez is an offensive guy. So I don't know. Like, I
There's
mean,
there's always that situation where you got the interim coach bump,
yes,
right?
yes, yes.
I talked about that with some Florida fans, friends of mine.
Oh, really? You have Florida
Mhm.
fan friend? I'm just kidding. I do too.
Yes, my daughter's one of my daughter's good friends is they're Florida fans. They're Florida alums.
Got
Um,
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so we were talking about like the interim coach bump, and they're like, yeah, the guys could be inspired, like fresh new beginnings. They want to show off, like yeah, it could be, but I imagine that Kirby's going to be looking to quash their spirits early.
I mean, I would definitely like watch for the Chick-fil-A kind of thing. I mean, they've got nothing to lose, like literally. So, uh,
Literally.
I mean, yeah, and this guy's got nothing to lose as the interim. So I would, be ready for them to try some weird stuff. Would be
Yeah,
what I
eye
would say.
discipline.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Stay home. Stay in
Hmm.
your rushing lanes. All those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Okay. Not much on like the special teams. Um, I did my usual research. So their kicker is a senior, Trey Smack. He's 12 of 15 on field goals, 17 on extra points, and happy to report that Florida does not take special teams seriously. Their punter is Tommy Doman, a senior. He averages 44 yards a punt, which is nice, but like he's from like Michigan or something. He's not Australian, so I don't even know what we're doing here.
Failure to communicate.
The general commentary, though, still does always hold. If you've been listening to my God podcast, since we've been around, we always have to remind: beware of the swirling winds in Jacksonville. Always got to watch out for that when you're kicking toward the end zone that's by the river. It gets a little squirrely, so always be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, that's what I got.
Yeah, I mean, I think by and large, this is going to be a game of Jimmy's and Joe's are outmatched on paper by a much greater force um, than the one that they're able to, you know, put out there. But it is the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. It is Georgia, Florida, it is always going to be a big time, and there's going to be a lot of people in town. There's the voodoo that's associated with this game. There's all sorts of bad juju associated with these orange and blue clad morons. I think that it's just one of those things that we just got to come out. I'm not expecting a fast start. It would be nice. However, I would definitely like to get them uncomfortable early, so to speak.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like the offense did start fast against Ole Miss. Florida might have a slightly better offense, or sorry, better defense than Ole Miss, though. I don't know. I'm kind of, I don't know. I want to see the offense come out and like keep doing what they've been doing, and then
Mhm.
let's just not spot a team 17 points or whatever again. Like, come on. So that's where
Yeah,
I'm at.
don't.
That's
Yeah, I think that we should, I mean, looking at the explosiveness numbers that we have there, I think that it kind of reinforces what we've kind of been talking about is that there's a bit of a shift in philosophy until you get to the fourth quarter where there's another pivot. I'm not sure what that means or what our telltale signs are, but um, generally speaking, it's not great to have to have some question marks like this. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, um, anyway, that's yeah.
All
I
right.
don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm generally with you. I'm generally with you. Let's I don't know. Let's just play like we're capable of.
Seriously, like, can we
That's
play a
that's what I want
complete
to see.
game? We've yet to play a complete game.
Yeah.
I'd like to see us play a complete game. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. All right. Let's hit the listener questions. We got some good ones this week. Um, And as always, just remind folks that the listener questions are brought to you by Working Web Media. So we worked with them a couple off seasons ago to completely redo our website. That's kind of their bread and butter. Help you do website design, help you do online social media presence as well. So if you've got a small business, maybe you need some help with your website, need help with your online presence, head over to workingwebmedia.com/docs, and then they will know that we sent you their way. All right, as always, John, let's start it off with the building bonus. TM from Brett Belding. One, how many football head coaching searches does an athletic director get before they are on the hot seat?
I mean,
Um,
it's seriously. We talked about this earlier, right? Like,
yeah, Brett had I think he had a follow up clarifying statement. So he said, of note, the same athletic director who hired Jimbo Fisher at A&M is LSU's current athletic director. So who obviously hired Brian Kelly there. He said that's $175 million in buyouts between the two coaches. Kind of wild.
it's not an insignificant amount of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I,
think that you got to hold ADs. You got to hold ADs accountable, right? Like,
yeah. I mean,
period.
coaches are held accountable, right? I mean, players are
Right.
held accountable. You got to perform on the field. So,
Yeah. I don't know. I think that had Florida not won the national championship in basketball, right? Like,
mm,
there's a lot of question marks there about where they're going as an athletic department.
mm,
Um, I mean, you
yeah.
look at all. I mean, look at Auburn. Look at Tennessee. Um,
Yeah.
all of these teams have let multiple coaches go. I mean, we talked about it on the last podcast. We've had so many coaches. We've had, you can count on two hands how many coaches we've had. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It is still insane. Like, that's not normal. Like, what we have is not the norm now, you
Yeah,
know?
but I mean, you could say that it's not the norm, but it's the norm for Georgia because it's just
Yeah. Yeah.
it's how the powers that be inside the program have structured how this is going to be. And Georgia is a good job. We are in the smack dab in the middle of SEC country. We have Atlanta culture, food. We've got great schools. We've got a good talent base. We have a talent base that's been historically growing. Like there's not, I mean, all of our coaches are still retired and live in the area where they
Yeah.
coached.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this is a great place to be. And I think that's not lost on people that when the Georgia job is open, it's going to be a desirable one in the future, and it will always be a desirable one. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
Agreed.
I don't know many people that want to live in Columbia or Gainesville. Sorry if you do.
Fair enough. Um, okay, so his second question was how much influence do big donors, individual and corporate, have on hiring and firing decisions? I mean, I'll start with I think it depends.
Depends.
Depends on the school.
Yeah.
And I would say like let's say Auburn, a lot.
Yeah.
But it's gonna vary by school.
We haven't seen any Yellow Fella commercials, have we?
Ooh, man. But that's their on-field logo, which we didn't talk a lot about this, but and sorry to pivot off of this, but like
Pivot.
as far as like on-field logos go, like sponsorships, I mean, I'll take Delta over like Yellowwood any day.
100%. Like if I have to have a logo on my field, I want one that's inconspicuous, that is representative of not only the state that we live in, but also is reflective of, who we are as a team. And the team flies Delta when they need to fly, and um, fortunately, they have a bulk of our colors that are incorporated into the logo that's being used. So
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't want Waffle House as a logo, for example. I wouldn't want,
Fair.
something orange slapped on the field. Like, I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. It's like sorry, Arthur Blank. Can't have Home Depot.
Yeah, seriously.
Uh cool. All right. Brett, sorry I kind of took a turn there, but
I
to your actual question, I think it depends. I think it depends.
do think it depends. I think that how big is the donor that we're talking about here? Is it a
Yeah.
billionaire donor? Is it a, you know?
Right.
And
Right.
what do you,
Sure.
I guess your definition of big in the state of Georgia may be different than the definition of big in the state of Texas.
Sure. Sure. All right, let's head to 51-7 GATA. With this being the last game before a 2-year break in Jacksonville, do y'all remember where y'all were for the 1993 timeout/monsoon game? He said this win still hurts FTMF. I don't know about you, John, because I don't know you. I don't think you had been indoctrinated yet. You
I
weren't.
wasn't,
Yeah.
this is not showing up in my memory bank.
Okay. So I know where I was. Um, I was in the house I grew up in with my family, watching it in our family room uh, in our house, and yeah, that game was absolutely crazy. Um, like total downpour, uh, and then we scored. I probably won't get it like totally right. I can't remember if like we still would have needed to get a 2-point conversion or what the deal was, or it was gonna basically we're like gonna be tying it up, but like um Eric Zier threw like a touchdown, and Florida had allegedly called timeout right before the snap. Like no one stopped, everyone played the whole down. Um,
Hmm.
got called back, and then ended up not able to do so. So
So karma.
so 13-year-old me did not understand. And that was part of where I began like yelling at the TV and like what, like I don't get it, that they can't do that.
You can't do that. You sunk my
uh,
battleship.
yeah, I was not happy. So, ah, mm.
Brain stroke Jim.
Yeah, yeah. It started early. Uh, all right. Let's see. Let's go over to Kevin. We've got a recurring theme that's happening with Kevin here.
This is
It's time for Jeopardy. The category is Beyond the Hedges, and today's answer is a daily double. Kevin says, here is the answer. Although the series officially began in 1915, Georgia fans argue it truly started in 1904 when their team defeated this predecessor to the University of Florida. So the funny thing is, Kevin added, like in a subsequent tweet, that he was going to send a direct message to the podcast Twitter account with the answer. I haven't looked at it yet because I wanted to try to see if I could just remember it, because I know we've talked about this on the podcast before. And John, I can't remember if you had it as a fun fact at one point or Jason talked about it potentially like last year or something. Um, I can't remember what it was called, but it was basically like, do you know what it is? It's like there's like another, or it was like some form of University of Florida. It wasn't called the University of Florida, but it was like a school. I know you always like to talk about how like schools change names over time or something. It was one of those kind of deals where like we played a school, a college in Florida, or that's what they claim. We claim that it was them. They say it wasn't them. Something like that.
Yeah, I think it's Lake City, University of Florida, something like that.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna
It's
pull it
yeah,
up.
Lake City.
Okay. He says Florida Agricultural College is what
Mm,
he has. So, but yeah, they.
yeah.
I know it's like they're like we're like, yeah, that's what you were called then or something, and they're like, no, it wasn't us.
Yeah,
So,
so after the Civil War, um, let's see here. Yeah, it's after the Civil War era, seminary moved to Gainesville. It was consolidated with the university, with the Florida Agricultural College in Lake City.
hmm.
Yeah, I think he's right. Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah. I knew we had talked about it, couldn't remember it. And then yeah, Kevin, I saw the DM come through, hadn't looked at it until just now to check. So uh definitely enjoy the Jeopardy. Keep those coming for sure. Okay, let's go to John Michael D. Um, he said the eldest has known for years and is ready, working on little bro still. And there was a video attached of his son saying like "Gators eat boogers." It's hilarious. So, you got to always follow the replies to see great stuff like that. Um, he said hashtag Little Stitious does Lorda finally hire a coach without L's already in his name. That's good. We shall see. I don't know. Not if they hire Lane.
Yeah. I think that John had mentioned that there was an interesting coaching hire, like the Tulane's coach. Seems like that might be a good option for them.
Mhm.
As far as like an up and comer. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. I think they're gonna have to find someone that could potentially end up being like a Brian Harson type hire, or even like another Jim McElwain. I mean, they've been burned. They've been burned on the coordinator route. They've been burned on the up and coming, like,
Mhm.
power four, group of five coaches or whatever. Um, Billy Napier was from the Saban tree.
Yep.
Um, so like they went with Muschamp, another Saban tree defensive guy. Billy Napier was an offensive guy.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, where do you go? Where do you go from here? Because they're gonna have to, across all facets of potential sources for coaches, like where do you go? Do you go to the lower levels? Find someone like Urban Meyer came from what, Utah, Grambling? I can't remember. Um,
He was at Utah right before he came there, but they had gotten like really good, like they were in like BCS polls or whatever they were called back then.
right. So like the coach of the Cincinnati Bearcats, was it Luke Fickle? Like he was a
Hmm.
hot name for a while there for a while. Which, if he comes, what is that, one L, two L's?
Well, he's at like Wisconsin or something now.
Oh, he is. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
well, Cincinnati's in the conversations again this year.
yeah. I just hope they get it wrong again. No,
Yes.
I'm just-
Yeah. You know who to hire. Butch Jones is available.
There we go. There we
Yeah.
go. Okay, so we got a new question asker this week. It looks like it's from friend of the show Tim Riley, but we're gonna hold his towards the end like we usually do. So this is from Addison. So Tim's daughter is now sending in questions. He said she does not have a Twitter handle yet, so no handle. But question from Addison. So Addison wants to know: how do you think the Gators come out with Billy being fired? How do our dogs game plan for this? Which I think is a
Hmm.
fantastic question.
I think that they're going to come out inspired. I mean, like I said, we talked about
Yeah.
this earlier. The interim coach bump is a real thing. I mean, didn't we? Wasn't it? Wasn't McClendon was a head coach for this game at some point?
For us, he
Yeah,
he coached our bowl game when Rich got fired. So
the
it wasn't
bowl
in this
game.
game,
That's what.
but he
That's
coached our
what.
bowl game. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so there's always that component of like, doing it for the guy that's still there that, you
Yeah.
know, I think that that's a real thing. So I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, I think the second part is really good too because I think it's hard to game plan for this because you don't know what he's gonna do. Like, is he gonna just keep doing what they've been doing? Kind of like keep it simple. But the flip side of that is they had an off week too, right? And they fired him heading into the off week so that they had 2 weeks, 2 full weeks with the interim coach to get ready for this game. So, I mean, I don't know. I would say tough to game plan. I probably wouldn't expect a ton difference from their defense, I guess. Um, Other than I'm sure they're watching the film of what people are doing against us, but I expect to see wrinkles from their offense. I'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened all season long. We
Yeah,
are everyone's Super Bowl. They play us like it's their Super Bowl. They implement wrinkles just like a Super Bowl type level match. Um, yeah, so
yeah,
I'm sure that we'll see some trickeration.
yeah, for sure. All right, Addison, welcome to the show. We welcome your questions every week. Happy to have some more undergrads into the fold.
Yeah, bring down the average age of these questions.
Amazing. Amazing. All right, let's go to Herman Woods. So I think the first one was kind of in line with what Addison was asking. What's our biggest challenge with the firing of Napier? I think we've talked about that, kind of like the unknown, and then the bump there. By
Mhm.
which quarter will the Florida fans have left the building? Mm, always a great thing to see when that does happen.
Probably in the fourth quarter would be my guess.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. All right, let's go to our buddy Matt Key. Matt Key chimes in. One, does Florida come out even more fired up than usual with something to prove for interim coach? We've covered that. Yes. Um, Number two, I actually have an answer for this one. Number two, is the landing even a spot to go to anymore? And the answer is no. The landing does not exist anymore, as far as I know, unless they've like rebuilt it. They tore it down, right?
Get off my lawn. Yes. Bring back the landing.
Yeah. So unfortunately, no, it's gone. Um, Man, it's been some good times at the landing, but I digress.
I went down there. I went down there a few times. I think that yeah, it's
Did you ever see that band there that we like had them at a band party at our house? Like someone found out who they were.
trot line or
Yes,
Zoso.
I think that was that. I think that was them. I think we like saw them at the landing and someone like got their info and was like, "We're gonna have you at a fraternity house," and then we did.
That sounds like a Tim Riley move or a
Uh,
Phil Campbell move.
yeah, I talked to Phil recently, by the way. I need to tell you about that.
Oh wow. Okay.
I talked to Phil and Justin Bates recently.
Oh wow. I
Anyways,
haven't heard Bates in a while.
totally off the rails. Sorry.
Yeah. Shout out fraternity bros.
Okay, but yes. So unfortunately, the landing does not exist anymore. They tore it down like a few years ago. So
Yeah,
last time I was there, it was there. I haven't been in a while.
last time I was there was the landing was still around. It wasn't where people went. I mean, this had to have been, golly, this had to have been like oh 04, oh 05, something along those lines.
5 is the last time I went to this game.
I didn't go for the game. I was actually in Jacksonville for business.
Oh, okay.
I was interviewing for a job out there. It was don't know, what's the railroad? There's a railroad company that was down there. I don't know if there still are, but I interviewed for a railroad company, and I didn't end up getting the job, which would have probably sent my career on a different trajectory completely. Um, but yeah, no, the landing was nowhere near. It was a shell of itself even when I was there,
Mm,
and yeah, long gone were the days of just basically like Bourbon Street by the river, in Jacksonville kind of thing. That's kind of the vibe that I had
yeah, yeah,
from
I would
down
agree.
there. Kind
I
of
would
like
agree.
I think maybe it was just a little too early for its time. Maybe they flew a little too close to the sun because the mixed use development next to big sports venue, like they were kind of like a Truist Park before,
Mm,
Truist Park was the thing because they had the big center area with the concert venue and all this kind of stuff. And I just remember just a sea of people for this game.
oh yeah.
And long gone are the giant footballs of Jack Daniels football full of Jack and Coke.
Yes, yes. Mine is reminder that mine is a piggy bank. No,
Yes. Yes.
I still have one of those. All right, and then I think yeah. So I think we answered the other one as well earlier. So yeah, does Noah Thomas get more looks starting this week with Colby Young out? Yes, definitely. I fully
Yeah, I
expect
think
that.
that Noah Thomas has earned some looks there. I'd also watch out for Sokovie White. It seems like he's going to be getting opportunities as well.
Yep, yep. All right. Let's head over to all school. Can Georgia's offense handle the Florida defense more effectively than their offense handles our defense? Um, Probably. I would say. I think yes.
I think on paper we're fairly evenly matched as far as like just
Yeah.
defensive and offensive rankings.
Yeah. Agreed.
Um, like on paper we're kind of mid, but at the same time, UGA is pretty resilient.
Yeah. Yeah. Hard to kill. I do like that.
Hard to kill.
I do like that line. How healthy do we expect to be this week? So, like I mentioned earlier, like there wasn't much around like health updates and stuff from Kirby, but like we did. I mean, the offensive line looked the best it's looked, I would say, against Ole Miss. And we've had a bye week to rest and heal up. So, I mean, I think we're probably Colby Young aside. I think the offensive lines were we've struggled the most there, and I think we'll be the healthiest there we've been for a while.
Yeah.
And then he finished out, I have faith. I just wish we could play a whole game like we played the fourth quarter versus Ole Miss, Auburn, or Tennessee. Amen, brother. Holy cow.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let's go to Fletcher Proctor. If Curtis wants to visit Vandy, whatever. I say bring Gunner back in 2026 and let's ride like Stetson did in 2022. Then we turn it over to Montgomery in 2027. As for this week, dogs by 27. So
Oof.
what a wild ride that was last weekend with like why am I blanking on who was the game day picker? Nate
Nate
Bargatze.
Bargatze.
I mean, like openly, like, is that not a recruiting violation? I don't know. Are there not recruiting violations anymore? Like, can you just go on TV and be like, "Hey, come to the school"? I mean, I guess you can, but that was
Yes.
interesting. I did think that was interesting.
It's the Wild West is over. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Everything that you knew about it is over. Now it's the Wild West.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, heck yeah, man. I mean, Gunner come back. I'm up for that.
If he ends up if he ends up going to Vandy and decommitting from Georgia, I would say that that's probably a good indication that Gunner's coming back. And not that I think he's going to leave, but I'm just saying I think that
Yeah,
that would be an indication that someone's afraid of competition, and we don't need him here.
yeah. For what it's worth, I thought his commentary was pretty funny when he actually got asked afterwards. He was like, "I just went there to see game day," so I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 100% committed to the dogs.
Let's go to Rambo. I hate Gator. That's it. Just a statement. We say if you have any questions or topics, So yeah, Rambo. I hear you. I hear
I love the Twitter name, by the
you.
way.
It is great.
Also same.
Also, I feel like this is maybe a good time to talk about. Have you seen the picture with Gunner with like a gator over his
Yeah.
shoulders?
Yeah, yeah, seriously. That's my quarterback. That's my
Yeah.
quarterback right there. I think he's with the DDD guys.
Oh yeah. Like the outdoor DGD,
Yeah,
whatever.
like the outdoor or something or whatever. The guys that do the hunting videos with folks.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right. So yes, Rambo, we're with you. We're with you there. Um, let's go to Ryan Heinko. What is your favorite rival team's color scheme, and why is it Gator teal in the fourth quarter in Jacksonville? After the '90s and early 2000s, I will relish in these days for as long as we are living in them. Yeah, 100%, hundred
These
percent.
are the good old days.
Yeah, when those Gators start leaving the stadium, you see those Jacksonville Jaguar teal seats that they have vacated, and it's a beautiful sight. It's a beautiful sight. All right, let's go to Gene Fambro.
Wait,
Oh yeah.
you gotta answer the favorite rival team's
Oh
color
he
scheme.
oh he answered it. He answered it for us.
Yeah.
Um yeah, an actual favorite rivals color scheme? Ugh.
I mean, how do we I mean, who's a
Ugh.
rival at this point?
Right, right. Well, I mean,
I'm gonna
most of
go.
the
I'm gonna read that as SEC rival, like
okay.
SEC team. I'll make an extension. I'll say the Fighting Hunters.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Um I'll say this. I don't like their color scheme, but I do like I do think Auburn does a good job with uniforms in general. I know we were having this conversation with Hunter about their throwback baseball uniforms,
Oh my
and
gosh.
you were questioning like where Auburn's not powder blue, that whole conversation.
Yeah.
But I think they do have like a generally like classic look. I like the way they do their striping and stuff, but I don't like their color scheme. So my answer is also, all right, I'm going to say LSU. I'm going to go LSU because they have the color scheme of our fraternity. So there's my cheating.
Ah, nice.
Okay. Okay. Answered the question.
Did Jody pay you to say that?
He did not. He did not. He did not. All right, let's go to Gene Fambro. Considering that my dad graduated from Florida and ribbed me mercilessly during the 90s, how stitious should I be this week? A, not. B, a little. C, super. I'm gonna say A, not. Uh, don't be stitious. Don't be stitious.
Yeah. You're overcoming some generational curses. Let's just say
There you go.
that.
He said also love the fact that y'all use the red coat version of Krypton fanfare to open the show.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it was
That's a Jim Wood special. It was already created before I even officially became part of it.
not true. You
Oh, that's
actually
right. We had
you
the rap music.
we
We had the
had
rap
the
music.
horrible music that like I
We need to do the throwback for
go
one of these
find
episodes.
go find that. I should add that to the soundboard, dude. It was like a beat that like I made in like in like GarageBand with like the loops. Uh,
Jim's in the studio. Got a podcast, honey?
oh, dude, I can't remember. Somebody like ripped me like after the first episode. I want to say it was like Daniel Morrison or something. This is like the podcast, the fraternity shout out episode for
Yeah.
some reason. But somebody was like, dude, like what is going on with
What
that
is
music?
good with
And I was
that
like, I don't know, sorry.
music?
And so then, hey, then we switched to the Redcoats, and here we are.
You can't go wrong with it. I forgot about that.
uh,
Uh,
glad that came up. Okay, we'll move on. I wish I need to talk about my poorly made trap music that I try to make. Um, all right, we're gonna go to Chris Haddock at Dr. Dog 1996 on Twitter. I've noted a dramatic drop in the number of dogs on Amelia since the 2008 recession. Are the younger generation of dog alums embracing the tradition? Staying till the Monday after the game, genius. I'm still not dry from the 93 game, are y'all? So yeah, that was what the earlier conversation. I'm not sure. I mean, Munson talked about all the dogs on St. Simon's and Amelia Island, or he didn't say Amelia. He said St. Simon's,
I thought you
Jekyll
said
Island,
Jekyll.
Jekyll
Yeah.
Island, and all those places where the dog places have those condominiums. That's what he said. Um,
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say, and I think we've got another Amelia question later. I don't think I've ever done that, Amelia specifically.
Yeah, yeah, I haven't either.
Um, but so yeah, I don't know. I guess we're not the right people to ask. But we can. I would say listeners hit up Chris and let him know because I'm not sure. Um, but I do. I don't know. I think I definitely see a lot of people still at like St. Simon's and stuff, and some people do like Sea Island. Um,
As I say, Sea Island's another popular
yeah, I
destination.
don't know. When I was a broke college kid, or just didn't like have my own money really, we would if we splurged, we would do like just do Jacksonville Beach, and go out there, and that was always fun too. So,
Yeah.
uh,
I've
uh,
also done just like the find the cheap hotel anywhere.
oh, totally, we've totally done that,
Yeah.
totally. Done that. All right, let's go to friend of the show, Tim Riley. He opened this one as now my turn, because this was right after he had sent in Madison's. Um, with all the kids going to frat beach, what would be your gallon jug drink of choice to survive the day? Um, I'm not sure because I need to survive the day. So,
I would say in college, I mean, I guess today's yeah, I
now I
would
need
say
water.
I mean, aqueous solution would also be incorporated. Like I'm thinking like along the lines of like an Arnold Palmer kind of situation, like a
Okay.
sweet tea, vodka, lemonade kind of thing going on. Maybe a little strawberry, something or other to jazz it up a little bit.
Mm.
Um, I would definitely have some liquid IVs in my back pocket, that's for sure.
Gotta have those. Gotta pack those. Those are key.
Yeah.
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 No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
I don't know how they do that though. I don't even remember that being a thing when I was a kid.
No, no.
Walking around with a gallon jug of just hot liquid just seems terrible. I mean, literally,
Yeah, no.
like everybody walks around today with double insulated, drinking devices. Like
Right. Seriously. Yeah.
you don't have to walk around with a hot beverage in your hand.
Dude, like never go anywhere without a koozie. Like that's kind of my thing. Like,
Yeah, yeah, 100%, especially on a tailgate.
yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's go to the hug dog.
Fireball.
All right, I think we got some back to some Jason Would You Rathers here. Um
Mm.
so Saint Simon's or Amelia. We brought it back to that. So I'm gonna go St. Simon's. I'm gonna go St. Simon's. It is in Georgia for one thing, so I'm gonna go with St. Simon's, and I've been there. I haven't done Amelia, so
I don't know that I've done Amelia Island. I've done, um, yeah, I've done Sea Island. But and so I kind of figure it's probably similar. Yeah, I'm gonna go with St. Simon's just based off of I think St. Simon's is more relaxed, but I'll say that, if Jason is co-signing on it, it's probably a good place to go.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Wherever Jason's at is where
Yeah,
I want to
Jason, you tell
roll.
us. You tell
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
All right, coffee walk or wine walk on the beach?
Mm.
I don't know that I so much. I think I'm gonna say coffee, but I don't usually walk with coffee. But I do like a morning walk, uh, on the beach. I'm also not huge on the wine, so I'm gonna go with coffee walk.
I'm also gonna go with Coffee Walk. I'm thinking that the Coffee Walk would probably be more enjoyable from being on the beach on the Atlantic side.
Hmm.
Because wouldn't you get a better sunrise if that's the case, as
Yes,
opposed to a
yeah,
sunset?
right, right,
So
yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna go sunrise on the Coffee Walk situation.
nice, nice. See, that's like extra analysis. I wouldn't even think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then finally, mimosa or Bloody Mary. I'm
I cannot stand Bloody Mary. I don't understand how people are able to drink them, so I'm gonna have to go with mimosa on that one.
I'm not that
Enjoy your tomato soup.
I'm not that anti Bloody Mary, but I also don't like them either. I'll try. Like I'll try one and I can have like a little bit, but I can't like finish one. I That's how I always go. So I'll go mimosa. Um but I've now remembered that Kim corrected me and I have to apologize to whoever asked this cuz someone asked us about a drink before a few episodes ago.
Okay.
uh it was like morning drink or whatever. And what Kim pointed out that what she was like, your answer was wrong, and she told me what my real answer is. And so she said your real answer is it's like the redneck mimosa. So it was like orange juice with like a Miller High Life. We had this somewhere and it
Ooh.
was like actually amazing. So we were out we were at a brunch spot once and that was on the menu and we got it and phenomenal. So I would actually have a redneck mimosa.
A redneck mimosa. I like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
The champagne of mimosas.
Exactly. Exactly. You put the champagne of beers in orange juice, and now we're talking.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, I know people geek out and like get all very particular about their Bloody Marys and such. Like, I don't know. If you can throw a pickle in it, I'm probably not gonna like it.
Oh, yeah. Someday we're gonna fix this situation.
No, you're
Um.
not.
All right. He said last game in Jacksonville for 2 years. What's your favorite memory? So yeah, this game gonna be in Atlanta next year, and then Tampa the following. Um. My favorite
Favorite,
in. Oh, you go. You go.
I was gonna say favorite memory, just being in the landing and enjoying the festivities, walking around like as a student. Honestly, like the best time that I can recall was when me, Cord, and Tyler and uh, Ben Tisdale, like we all not rented, we all just got a place in I think it was a Days Inn, if I remember correctly. It was like a Days Inn or something like that. And we all just stayed in this hotel with all of our girlfriends, like dates or whatever. And like there was a courtyard and they had a pool and we were just all hanging out, throwing the football, jumping in the pool. Like most of my memories of this game, you know, being that we sucked most of the time that we were in college, like I've never seen a UGA victory in Jacksonville, like
In person.
firsthand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I know.
As a matter of fact, I didn't go to some of them. I didn't go to the '05 game.
Oh, four.
Oh
Well,
04
four is the only one.
oh 04 game. Yeah. I didn't go to the '04 game my senior year because we had lost 3 years in a row. And one of the years I got pickpocketed at the landing. Lost my wallet and everything. So yeah, not so much great memories, but like the one memories that I look about and think about this game have nothing to do with the game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I was at the 2004 game, so I'll say that because that's the only time I've seen us win in person.
Nice.
Was that 2004 game? So I was there. I was down there with Patrick. Or I was sitting with Patrick. I was down there with Patrick and my sister, if I recall. At any rate, we were sitting like in the Florida section, so that was weird. I did not behave myself. Yeah, but at any rate, I was 24. What are you gonna do? So that was fun. Uh, I don't know. Like a recent memory though, dude, the turn of events, the crazy swing at the end of the 2021 game right before halftime, like it's gonna be hard to top. Like, that
Uh, I
just
mean,
insane.
there's
So good.
that, and then you've got the Mark Rick game, the
Yeah.
dancing in this Trenton Sturdivant dancing in the end zone situation.
Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. Um, okay, so Jason said, would you rather this game be back on campus or remain at neutral site?
Campus.
Okay. I like it in Jacksonville. I think they should have done home and home for the next 2 years. So that's my split the difference answer.
I tell you what, I'm gonna throw you a curveball clarifying statement.
Hmm.
Um, my personal preference is that I'd like this to be home and home and then rotate Atlanta and Jacksonville. Like,
Okay, so it's like it'd be like a 4 year thing.
A
So it'd be like,
4-year
it'd be like
rotation.
home, Jacksonville, Gainesville, Atlanta, or something like that.
Like make it a true Georgia
Yeah.
Florida game
Right.
where the
Right.
neutral site games are alternating and the home and homes are alternating so that you get a full Georgia Florida experience.
Okay. Okay. I would say too. I'll add one other cool thing about that is if you are at a school for 4 years, you'd get to play in all four locations. That would be cool too. So
Correct.
okay. Okay. Okay.
And if you're if you've been around for a while and recent years, you'd be like we kicked your tail in four different places.
Mm, mm, true. True. Okay. Okay. I'm open to that. I'm open to that. All right, we got one more.
I'll allow it.
All right, we got one more. You ready?
All right, let's go.
Oh my God! My God, a freshman.
Trying to put glasses on it.
1980, who, brother?
It is time for Coaches Over Unders Florida edition. We're coming off a bye week. I can't remember where we stand. I think I
I think it was all
went
tied or
tied up
something.
again. Yeah, that sounds right. Tied up again. All right. Well, I'm going to give you the honors. Do you want to go first, or do you want to take the ball, or do you want to defer?
Oh shoot. Hang on.
We're starting off with the offense, and the first one is over under 225 passing yards for one Gunner Stockton. That's the first question.
For one Gunner Stockton. I'm going to let's see here. What's the second question? I'll take this one. I'm gonna go over Jim.
Okay. See, I agree. I had actually thought about this one ahead of time, so I'm with you. Agree. Over under total rush yards at 125. I'm gonna say over.
I gotta go under Jim.
Wow. Okay. And then over under point 0.5 tight end touchdowns for the Georgia offense.
I've got over on that one, Jim.
Okay. I do too. I'm with you. All right. We move on to the defense. I'll start us off here. First one is over under 225 passing yards for DJ Lagway. I'm going to take the under.
I'm also gonna take the under.
Okay. Then over to you. Over under 1.5 sacks for the Georgia defense.
I'm gonna take the over, Jim.
Wow. Wow. I was kind of expecting to hear a
Show me!
but I like the attitude. I like that. Oh, man, we're like agreeing, Oliver, but I think we're gonna go over too. So I'm gonna take the over. And then forced turnovers over under point 0.5. I'm taking the over. These guys turn it over a lot.
I've also got the over, Jim.
Okay. This is the episode where we agree. That's okay. We'll
Sometimes
continue
we gotta
on.
make Jim and we gotta make coach we have to have coach give him a break here and there sometimes.
Amazing. It's like, well, we're gonna be tied again. No, again. Okay. Over
We
to
did have
you.
one different.
We did. Special teams over under 0.5 Florida punt returns. So we're back to the will the opponent return a Brett Thorson punt.
I've got under.
Okay. I'm gonna go over. We're getting crazy. Here.
Ah!
We've had a few of those this year.
Swirling winds are gonna take over.
Swirling winds cause an actual punt just to be returned. Okay, and then Florida coaches in any sport released or fired during the week over under 0.5. I think I gotta take the under here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the under as well.
Okay.
There's a non-zero chance that they fire Norval.
Right. Okay. All right. Coach, thank you as always for sending in the over unders. Always enjoy them and appreciate you. We'll see you when we're back in Athens. All right, JP.
Yes, sir.
Let's do time for the predictions on the game.
Okay.
So let's take a look at kind of what the people are saying. So Georgia is favored in this game. Looking at OddsShark, Georgia's favored by 7 points. The over under is 50.5. That gives you an implied score of Georgia 28 and 3/4 to 21 and 3/4. The OddsShark predicted score has Georgia 38.6 to Florida 19.4. If we look at college football graphs, that's Parker Fleming's model. He's got Georgia 29, like 29 to 14 ish, 29.13 to 13.82. And then the official My God podcast scoring impact TM has Georgia 29.16 to Florida 14.02. Do you want to drop your score? Or do you want me to drop mine?
I'll let you go first, Jim.
Okay. This one I've had a hard time thinking about this one. So with the whole like we don't know what they're going to look like, interim coach bump, all that stuff, but at the end of the day, I just feel like we've got a better team. I think you said it well earlier, like it's the Jimmies and the Joes, and I think ours are better. I've got the Dogs 31 to 17.
Ooh. I've got us 31-20, Jim.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Close
Shockingly right.
game. First 30 wins.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean that tracks. I think this is another one of those just like, God, like protect the ball, win the game. So
Yeah.
all right. Take a couple of look at some games around the SEC really quick.
Yeah,
before we
let's
head
do
out.
it.
So coaches pick'em games that he has sent to us. The first one we've got is number 18, Oklahoma travels to number 14, Tennessee. That's a night game on ABC. Tennessee is favored by 3.5. And I have to mention, I know I sent this to you, that the Tennessee is wearing their quote dark mode uniforms, which like black is not one of your colors, but whatever. The video is kind of cool. It was like a Tron
Super
type
cool
theme.
Tron video, yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool, like announcing of the uniforms. But at any rate, I don't know, I think this one could be interesting. I think I'm going to take Tennessee.
I'm gonna take Oklahoma on that one, Jim.
Okay, okay, nice. The next one we've got South Carolina travels to number 7, Ole Miss and the Fighting Hunters. Another night game that's at 7 o'clock on ESPN. Ole Miss is favored by 12.5. I mean, South Carolina coming off that near miss with Bama last week. I kind of feel like there's going to be a post Bama hangover with that one for them, unfortunately. Sorry, Chuck. But I gotta stick with the Fighting Hunters there.
Yeah, I've got the Fighting Hunters in that one. I think that they've got a little bit of a momentum situation going on right now for sure, and I think USC is just gonna have continued fallout as a result of getting their hearts shattered at the end of the Bama game.
Yeah, that was a tough one. That was tough.
Yeah,
It was right there.
right there.
Let's see. Next up, we've got Kentucky travels to the Plains to take on Auburn. Unranked matchup of unranked teams. 7:30 p.m. on SEC Network. Auburn is favored by 10.5. I saw something like they're talking about like they're having like quarterback competition at practice or something this week at Auburn. Yeah. So,
I've got Auburn in this one for sure.
Okay. Yeah, me too. Okay, dude. Big game. The SEC game of the week, I guess. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's Tennessee Oklahoma. I don't know. Number 9 Vanderbilt travels to play number 20 Texas. That's at 12 o'clock. That's a big game at 12 o'clock on ABC. Texas is favored by 1.5 at home. Is Arch going to play coming off that concussion last week?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. But I think I'm going to go with Andy.
I'm going to go Texas on this one, Jim. Give me the home team bump.
Okay. I think that should be. I
I
think it
don't
should be a
like
pretty
it. I
good
don't
game.
like it, but that's what I'm going for.
That's okay. That's okay. I think it's
So,
a
question
valid choice.
here: should you have a voting, like should you have a preference for game time for the Texas game over the next couple of weeks, right?
Mm.
And that game's still on a
Yeah,
pivot,
it's on
right?
like the whatever day window. It's like
Yeah.
a flex game. Yeah,
Yeah,
I have not
basically, I
seen
think
that
if
come out
Texas
yet.
wins out and we win out, like when we win out, and if Texas wins out, have a feeling that's going to be a night game, right? Like that would be the logic there, would
It
be my
certainly
guess.
could. Yeah, I mean, it certainly could be. I think that's kind of what we all assumed at the beginning of the season that it would end up there, but Texas kind of
Yeah,
hasn't held up their end of the bargain.
yeah,
So
seriously.
he's saying
It
that's
was
that
intercepted, Jim.
right. Yeah, true. Yeah. But yeah, only two more games to go until that one. So
Crazy.
yep.
Yeah, give me Texas on that one.
Okay.
But if you want a night game, I would say that you probably want Texas to win.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Cool. All right, man. I know like I mentioned at the opening, right? We got Halloween Friday night.
What's your costume, Jim? What's the Wood
Oh,
family costume situation?
oh, I don't know. I don't know. I think we're gonna do like hand out candy, like pair up with some neighbors and sit in their driveway and do like a um fire pit driveway situation and hand out candy with them. Um,
I like that. It's because you've retired from your trick or treating.
exactly. Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah. Lily is like going over to a friend's house. So like, Ella's at college. Lily's going to a friend's house. There's no like stuff really going on anymore. So I don't even know if I'll dress up. We'll see. We'll see.
I'll be walking around. I gave a little hint. Camden has begged me to dress up for something related to her costume. So it'll be a bit of a reveal for you guys
Ooh,
for my
nice.
costume. I'll
Okay.
be walking around. I'll be walking around with her.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm intrigued. Now I can't wait to find out what's going on here.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that'll be our plan for Friday. And then what's the game day? What's the game day plan for the Wood Clan?
I mean, we'll see how the weather is. It's been so nasty. Like it's been raining all week. So I gotta check the home forecast. I usually like to sit out on the back porch and watch this game. Nice 3:30 game, sit on the back porch, and our couple of Florida fan neighbors that live behind us can hear me yelling outside. Um, Usually like to do that, but I don't know. We may do it inside if the weather doesn't hold up. Um, but yeah, I mean, we'll have some bean dip ready to go
Mm,
at kickoff and some good cold beer. So that's generally what it'll
some
be
old
around.
some old cold beer.
Yep, yep, yep.
I like it.
I stocked up on my creature comforts when I was in Georgia. So
Oh, I need to get the review on the salted
oh, so good. Yeah, the
yeah.
beers I got were really good. The vibe coating was actually very good as well. That was an IPA. That was good.
Okay. That's the one that's like double IPA.
Yes, yeah, it's good though. It's good.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was double. It was like some kind of West Coast IPA.
Is it like 9% alcohol or something like that?
No,
Like a high gravity?
like the dark beer I think was pretty strong.
Oh,
Which I don't think
okay.
you like that was like the double cocoa bunny. That
Double.
was
I'm not a big fan of the Cocoa Bunny, but
that one. Like it's in the 16-ounce can. So like
yeah.
I split it with a friend actually. So like we went over to a neighbor's house and like my buddy, like his wife, she likes dark beers like I do. So she and I like opened the can and split it across two glasses and shared one. So yeah, that's how you do those.
Nice. We've got a little bit of volleyball situation. I think I'm gonna end up dropping off maybe. Caroline's gotta go to she's gotta do volleyball on Saturday, but I've informed the people that are involved that I will not be doing pickup.
Okay. Nice.
So she'll have
Okay.
to get a ride. I clock out. My adulting clocks out after that. Um, but yeah, that's the plan for us. And then I'm participating in a chili cook-off on Sunday, Joan. So I
Ooh.
may actually be concocting some of the chili at some point on Saturday too. So
Excellent. See,
yeah,
that's a good time of year for it as well.
yeah,
Starting to get
dude. Like,
cold, like get some chili.
yeah, it's definitely chili season. I'm super excited because when this thing was planned, it was like 80 degrees outside.
Right, right. Oh, now I kind of want to like make chili for Saturday night. This is a good idea. Okay,
Mm,
okay, noted.
yeah. We
Ideas are
could
flowing.
we could do a My God a podcast chili competition.
uh, might have to do that the next time we're co-located.
Yeah, yeah.
Panda's
All
famous
right,
chili
man.
cook-off.
Panda's famous chili cook-off. Ah, I love that. I love that.
Amazing.
Well, it's the Gators. It's FTMF season, and go Dogs.
Go dogs.